The entire Jesuit oath. The Jesuit oath of induction is also recorded in the Congressional Record of the USA, House Bill 1523, contested election case of Eugene C. Bonnewell against Theodore S. Butler, February 15, 1913. When a Jesuit of the minor rank is to be elevated to command, he is conducted into the chapel of the convent of the order, where there are only 3 others present. The principal or superior, standing in front of the altar on either side, stands a monk, one of whom holds a banner of yellow and white, which are the papal colors, and the other a black banner with a dagger and red cross above a skull and crossbones with the word INRI, and below them the words Iustum, Necar, Regis, Impious, the meaning of which is to exterminate or annihilate impious or heretical kings, governments, or rulers. Upon the floor is a red cross at which the postulant or candidate kneels. The superior hands him a small black crucifix, which he takes in his left hand and presses to his heart, and the superior at the same time presents him a dagger, which he grasps by the blade and holds the point against his heart, the superior still holding it by the hilt, and thus addresses the postulant. Superior: My son, heretofore you have been taught to act the dissembler among Roman Catholics, to be a Roman Catholic, to be a spy even among your own brethren, to believe no man, to trust no man. Among the reformers, to be a reformer. Among the Huguenots, to be a Huguenot. Among the Calvinists, to be a Calvinist. Among other Protestants, generally, to be a Protestant, and obtaining their confidence, to seek even to preach from their pulpits, and to denounce with all the vehemence in your nature our holy religion and the Pope, and even to descend so low as to become a Jew among Jews, that you might be enabled to gather together all information for the benefit of the order as a faithful soldier of the Pope. You have been taught to insidiously plant the seeds of jealousy and hatred between communities, provinces, states that were at peace, and incite them to deeds of blood, involving them in war with each other, and to create revolutions and civil wars in countries that were independent and prosperous, cultivating the arts and sciences and enjoying the blessings of peace, to take sides with the combatants, and to act secretly with your brother Jesuit, who might be engaged on the other side but openly opposed to that with which you might be connected, only that the church might be the gainer in the end, in the conditions fixed in the treaties for peace, and that the end justifies the means. You have been taught your duty as a spy to gather all statistics, facts, and information in your power from every source, to ingratiate yourself into the confidence of the family circle of Protestants and heretics of every class and character, as well as that of the merchant, the banker, the lawyer, among the schools and universities, and parliaments and legislatures, and the judiciaries and councils of state, and to be all things to all men, for the Pope's sake, whose servants we are unto death. You have received all your instructions heretofore as a novice, a neophyte, and have served as a coadjutor, confessor, and priest, but you have not yet been invested with all that is necessary to command in the army of Loyola in the service of the Pope. You must serve the proper time as the instrument and executioner as directed by your superiors, for none can command here who has not consecrated his labors with the blood of the heretic, for without the shedding of blood no man can be saved. Therefore, to fit yourself for your work and make your own salvation sure, you will, in addition to your former oath of obedience to your order and allegiance to the Pope, repeat after me the extreme oath of the Jesuits. I, now in the presence of Almighty God, the Blessed Virgin Mary, the Blessed Michael the Archangel, the Blessed Saint John the Baptist, the Holy Apostles Saint Peter and Saint Paul, and all the saints and sacred hosts of heaven, and to you, my ghostly father, the Superior General of the Society of Jesus, founded by Saint Ignatius Loyola in the pontificate of Paul III, and continued to the present, do by the womb of the Virgin, the matrix of God, and the rod of Jesus Christ, declare and swear that His Holiness of the Pope is Christ's vice-regent, and is the true and only head of the Catholic or Universal Church throughout the earth, and that by the virtues of the keys of binding and loosing given to His Holiness by my Savior Jesus Christ, He hath power to depose heretical kings, princes, states, commonwealths, and governments, all being illegal without his sacred confirmation, and that they may safely be destroyed. Therefore, to the utmost of my power, I shall and will defend this doctrine of his holiness, right, and custom against all usurpers of the heretical or Protestant authority whatever, especially the Lutheran of Germany, Holland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and the now pretending authority in churches of England and Scotland, and branches of the same now established in Ireland and on the continent of America and elsewhere, and all adherents in regard that they be usurped and heretical, opposing the sacred Mother Church of Rome. I do now renounce and disown any allegiance as due to any heretical king, prince, or state named Protestants or liberals, or obedience to any of the laws, magistrates, or officers. I do further declare that the doctrine of the churches of England and Scotland, of the Calvinists, Huguenots, and others of the name Protestants or liberals to be damnable, and they themselves damned who will not forsake the same. I do further declare that I will help, assist, and advise all or any of his holiness agents in any place wherever I shall be, in Switzerland, Germany, Holland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, England, Ireland, or America, or in any other kingdom or territory I shall come to, and do my uttermost to extirpate the heretical Protestants or liberals' doctrines and to destroy all their pretended powers, regal or otherwise. I do further promise and declare that, notwithstanding I am dispensed with to assume my religion heretical for the propaganda of the Mother Church's interests, to keep secret and private all her agents' counsels from time to time, as they may entrust me, and not to divulge, directly or indirectly, by word, writing, or circumstance whatever, but to execute all that shall be proposed, given in charge, or discovered unto me by you, my ghostly father, or any of this sacred covenant. I do further promise and declare that I will have no opinion or will of my own, or any mental reservation whatever, even as a corpse or cadaver, but will unhesitatingly obey each and every other command that I may receive from my superiors in the militia of the Pope and of Jesus Christ, that I may go to any part of the world whithersoever I may be sent, to the frozen regions of the north, the burning sands of the desert of Africa, or the jungles of India, to the centers of civilization of Europe, or to the wild haunts of the barbarous savages of America, without murmuring or repining, and will be submissive in all things whatsoever communicated to me. I further promise and declare that I will, when opportunity present, make and wage relentless war, secretly or openly, against all heretics, Protestants, and liberals, as I am directed to do, to extirpate and exterminate them from the face of the whole earth, and that I will spare neither age, sex, or condition, and that I will hang, waste, boil, flay, strangle, and bury alive these infamous heretics, rip up the stomachs and wombs of their women, and crush their infants' heads against the walls, in order to annihilate forever their execrable race. That when that same cannot be done openly, I will secretly use the poisoned cup, the strangulating cord, the steel of the poniard, or the leaden bullet, regardless of the honor, rank, dignity, or authority of the person or persons, whatever may be their condition in life, either public or private, as I at any time may be directed so to do by any agent of the Pope or superior of the Brotherhood of the Holy Faith of the Society of Jesus. In confirmation of which I hereby dedicate my life, my soul, and my corporal powers, and with this dagger which I now receive, I will subscribe my name written in my own blood in testimony thereof. And should I prove false or weaken in my determination, may my brethren and fellow soldiers of the militia of the Pope cut off my hands and my feet, my throat and my from ear to ear, and my belly opened and sulfur burned therein, with all the punishment that can be afflicted upon me on earth, and my soul be tortured by demons in eternal hell forever. all of which I do swear by the blessed Trinity and blessed sacraments, which I now to receive, to perform, and on my part to keep inviolable, and do call all the heavenly and glorious host of heaven to witness the blessed sacrament of the Eucharist, and witness the same further with my name written, and with the point of this dagger dipped in my own blood, and sealed in the face of this holy covenant. He receives the wafer from the superior and writes his name with the point of his dagger dipped in his own blood, taken from over his heart. Superior, you will now rise to your feet, and I will instruct you in the catechism necessary to make yourself known to any member of the Society of Jesus belonging to this rank. In the first place, you, as a brother Jesuit, will with another mutually make the ordinary sign of the cross as an ordinary Roman Catholic would. Then one cross his wrists, the palms of his hands open, and the other in answer crosses his feet, one above the other. The first points with forefinger of the right hand to the center of the palm of the left. The other with the forefinger of the left hand points to the center of the palm of the right. The first then with the right hand makes a circle round his head, touching it. The other then with the forefinger of his left hand touches the left side of his body just below his heart. The first then with his right hand draws it across the throat to the other, and the latter then with a dagger down the stomach and abdomen of the first. The first then says lustum, the other answers necar, the first reges, the other answers impious, the meaning of which has already been explained. The first will then present a small piece of paper folded in a peculiar manner 4 times, which the other will cut longitudinally, and opening the name Jesuit will be found written upon the head and arms of cross 3 times. You will then give and receive with him the following questions and answers. From whither do you come? The Holy Faith. Whom do you serve? The Holy Father at Rome, the Pope, the Roman Catholic Church Universal throughout the world. Who commands you? The successor of St. Ignatius Loyola, the founder of the Society of Jesus, or the Soldiers of Jesus Christ. Who received you? A venerable man in white hair. How? With a naked dagger, I kneeling upon the cross beneath the banners of the Pope and of our sacred order. Did you take an oath? I did, to destroy heretics and their sacred governments and rulers, and to spare neither age, sex, nor condition, to be as a corpse without any opinion or will of my own, but to implicitly obey my superiors in all things without hesitation of murmuring. Will you do that? I will. How do you travel? In the bark of Peter the fisherman. Whither do you travel? To the 4 quarters of the globe. For what purpose? To obey the orders of my general and superiors, and execute the will of the Pope, and faithfully fulfill the conditions of my oaths. Go ye, then, into all the world, and take possession of all lands in the name of the Pope. He will not accept him as the vicar of Jesus and his vice-regent on earth. Let him be accursed and exterminated.